to the Smoke and Mirrors podcast, your destination for the latest in movie news and reviews. We are your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. So today, we review a film which we've been looking forward to since the trailer dropped. We follow Megan Suri as she combats evil from Indian culture in It Lives Inside. Today, we give you the verdict whether this lives inside our brains as a great addition to horror or a terrible one. Now let's start the show. How we living there, big dogs?
You good dog.
Dying to use that line. Does it live inside your head? 24/7, bitch.
In your head.
Fuck. Very good. What a banger.
There's a UFC fighter called Korean Zombie, and he retired 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
On his walkout, he plays zombie, right? They were in, I don't know where they were, England or something like that, right? And all you hear is like 30,000 people singing zombie. Fuck, it was mad.
That's
That would
fucking
be
sick.
fucking
Goosebumps when I think about it now. It's amazing.
Fucking oath.
Like, you can't even hear the music anymore. You just hear them singing. It's crazy.
Fucking hell.
sick. That's what you want.
Hmm.
Oh, man. But Oz is good, man. Oz is living the dream there.
Yeah.
Loving it. Oz woke up this morning, thought it was Friday. So Oz at work was talking about shit they was doing tomorrow and stuff. And I was like, today is Thursday. Fuck. Why?
Fucking last 2 days, Oz has been fucking sick, dogs.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking caught me. The season change just knocked me straight the fuck out. I went to work on the Monday. I was good. And then that fucking Tuesday hit. I don't know if it was the smoke or something. The biggest migraine. And then my nose was just fucked. And my throat and everything. Pause.
Jeez.
It's
Those
the fucking smoke.
they black burning. Jesus.
Wow.
They back burning right next to the next suburb. And it's like, put it on for lunch, turn it off for turn it off for bed, and then these guys drive out to wherever. I was just left with that stink in the air.
The big old bugs around.
I woke up the other morning with a fucking nosebleed.
Jeez.
It's like Mia Wallace and shit.
Do you think she had something on her hand, or do you think she had something in her nose to make her nose bleed? Which one is it?
I reckon it was
I
in
reckon
her
she
nose.
popped something. I reckon she popped something in her
Yeah, when
nose.
she's doing
she had
it?
like a little capsule, yeah.
Yeah.
It was still fucking good acting, though.
Oh man, I'm gonna ask QT when I see him.
Get the fuck away from me.
I know.
Just give me the answers, bro.
Just do the move, man.
Show
I,
me your feet. How you going there, Bado? I was living life. You just said you were sick, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Moving
right.
like right along. Right along. Let's get into this fucking episode.
Alright, let's jump into it. So we got the synopsis here. So an Indian-American teenager struggling with her cultural identity has a falling out with a former best friend, and in the process unwittingly releases a demonic entity that grows stronger by feeding on her loneliness. So this one is Bishal Dutta, who wrote and directed this film, and it's also his feature-length debut. This guy had done 19 short films prior to this as well. And some of those were actually critically acclaimed. So it's huge that he took this time to actually make a feature-length finally. So I'm actually excited to see more coming from that too. So on top of that, we had a very small cast for this movie, but it was very impactful too. So we have Megan Suri as Samita. We have Niru Bajwa as Purna. We have Mohana Krishnan as Tamira, Betty Gabriel as Joyce, Vic Sahay as Inesh, and Gage Marsh as Russ.
Very good. I
Yeah.
will say the pronunciation on those Indian names, A1, my friend. A1.
I likes to keep it
Fine
99.
plastic.
Let's just break out and fucking Shah Rukh Khan dancing and shit. Have you seen that clip? That motherfucker's got moves, and he's tanked too.
It's funny when the tankos can dance. I don't know what it is. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that, my guy.
Nah, you shouldn't have rhythm like that.
Yeah, put
But
it
like,
away. Put it away, mate.
but the fucking like the way that he amps it up, it's so cinematic, and they just like introing him and shit, and then he just like whoa, and it fucking like it's goosebumps level shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Them productions is next level.
Oh,
Like
man.
Hollywood has got fuck all on their Bollywood numbers.
Bollywood's laughing at Hollywood right now.
Badly.
Lol, you guys actually pay your actors. Like, seriously, it's literally, hey, come do this movie. All right. I got fuck all else to do. I'm not doing anything on Saturday. I might as well do this fucking movie.
Have you
And then
seen the
these guys become
fans?
giant stars.
Badly. That's the thing. Like the fandom there.
Yeah.
Like Shah Rukh Khan, his house has to have the big old fucking walls and like security out there with the blicks.
Like the
'Cause
surprise,
the-
like what's his face? Scarface.
Yeah, because the fans just line up the fucking like the whole fence and shit, and he just like comes out of his window with like a cup of chai or something, like top of the morning to you. Boom, and he's out.
Top of the morning.
Just hits the dance real quick. Just pulls a ride in that bitch,
Fucking badly. They don't put speakers on the outside of his house.
I would too. Yeah, I get down, dog. All right, so the technical breakdown for this is really bare, right? So the only thing that we know is that it's 99 minutes, which is nearly a perfect movie. And it's in color. It looked really sharp from what we could see on the 720p screener that we got from Madman. Thank you. What's his face? I honestly think to keep costs down, they would have shot digital. Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about the sound. It was coming through in 2.0, so
Be nice to kind of have that info, especially budget. I always feel
Yeah,
like
I'd like
if
to know
a
the
if a
budget.
director can stretch the budget and you kind of see it on screen, you kind of see what they're capable of.
Not
And
so
especially
big.
horror. Horror has been historically low budget,
Oh, yeah.
but they stretch the shit out of that.
Unless you're making something like what's his face, like one of those new age horror films, Midsummer or something like that.
Midsummer was surprisingly low budget. That would have been a sub 30.
You're not even supposed to get 30 million. We grew up in the era where all you needed was a HD cam and some stupid fuckheads in the woods. And we talked about a fucking witch in the fucking woods, God. That's all we needed. And we ran around the woods with a fucking camera. That's all we needed. $1 million.
So
That wasn't the pinnacle of fucking horror. And Midsummer was $9 million.
9 million.
Mix that in your fucking period blood milkshake that you're mixing. Fucking hell.
I haven't even
So-
watched that movie. That some of the artsy horror, like the artsy, like when horror went artsy, I was just like, I don't want to watch this now.
You know where they added an extra fucking hour? Trez got something to say.
No, I was just going to do the Family Guy skit where he's like, so they're walking around woods. They talk about someone called the Blair Witch, and the movie's
Literally, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere that they generated because they're in the dark, because they're in the woods, because it's found footage, because it
Yeah.
was amazing. What's his
People
face?
hadn't
Like,
seen that.
yeah, it's the first time we ever saw that.
True.
But like, yeah, just some of the artsy horror, like it really gets to me sometimes.
Bro.
Yeah.
Fucking tell me about it. You don't need to add the extra like hour and a half to it. It doesn't need to be a 3-hour epic. This isn't fucking Ben-Hur, the Dracula Slayer.
Yeah. I don't know. Meta horror just hits and misses for me.
I didn't mind Hereditary, and that is a cool hour 59.
Yeah,
So that's
Hereditary
right
was
on the brink
good.
there. But it's earned. That shit is earned. Same with The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's 126 minutes.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
earned, motherfucker, because they tell a story.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Midsummer, you can argue that they're telling a story, and you know it's there, but there's some bits where you're just like, fuck it, wow, just get on with it. Bo was afraid, very much the same.
Yeah.
stuff for me like bloody what's his face, like Babadook. I was just like, I will never watch that movie again. Not fucking ever. That annoying little fuck kid as well. You just want to punch him in the throat. What's his face? And the whole
Somebody's got to say it.
yeah, the whole mental illness. It's like, fucking hell, man. Please, just do something.
I do like mental illness as a thing that they lean on in modern horror, though. That shit for me, I like it because it can take.
Tell me about Malignant.
Fucking Malignant was on some other shit. Don't even fucking get me started on Malignant. I didn't need to see that fucking kung fu back attack shit.
Talk to Me did it a lot better with mental illness.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's when they do it right. Baby had too much back in fucking Malignant. Annabelle Wallace, long back.
It was what's his face. The long back was always what's her name? Taylor Swift.
I know, that's where I got it from.
It's always that Zach Fox line where he's like, bitch got hella kids, bitch got a long back.
Shit. All right. Question the audience is waiting for. Is it worth the price of admission? Do you spend your hard-earned time and precious money? Or flip those. Do you spend your precious time and hard-earned money? They're both the same. Time is money, baby.
Time is money.
Yeah.
I think that if you're going into this movie, 99 minutes, paying you $20, getting the most out of it, worth it. Absolutely fucking worth it. You could sit down and watch some real shit this year.
Yeah.
But a 99-minute horror? I would have loved to have watched this in the fucking movie. Free or otherwise, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, comp my tickets. I'm all for it, but I'll pay for it too.
100%.
I would pay to watch this movie. This is a great movie. It wasn't great, but like it was a good movie. It was a good horror film.
Yeah. I think consistently this year we've gotten good horror, which is a really good sign.
Yeah. And look, I feel with horror, that's probably one of the only genres where I drop my fucking standards. Big time. Like, I will accept shitty horror and then be like, you know what? Not the greatest horror, but not a bad spend of $20 in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes that shit horror is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it works out like really well. It's really well executed. The characters were great. Yeah.
Well, like shit as in like they just took it in a direction.
Yeah.
Probably didn't need to go.
Yeah, when it's like that, and I was just like, duh.
But I can still find some enjoyment out the fucking picture. It's
Yeah.
not all trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this movie. I feel like they focus very intently on the cultural aspect of it. And I don't get to digest too much Indian film. So I like that they were going into the mythology with the Pishash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just, it felt like it came from that because this mirrored very much my experience immigrating into a country that didn't speak like me. And then, on top of it, seeing an O that did at one point speak like me, and then that teacher just like, what did you say? And like try to mimic the accent. I was just like, this is wild, and I'm only 12.
How am I a child being subjected to this?
I was like, this bitch just gonna get away with this? Fuck out of here, Miss Weeks. Year 4, I'll dox you.
Oh, shit. Good luck selling that book.
The dox on your house.
If it's any consolation, a dumb cunt child like broke both his arms in a tree falling accident. But I don't know how you break both arms falling out of a tree. Believe me.
I had an O that did the same thing in my year. He put the arms out to save him, and landed, and his arms must have just folded in themselves.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. I think it's just the fucking. It shouldn't fold that way.
Yeah. She fell funny. What's this place? I like this, man. I like the fact that we're seeing different cultures in film now. You know what I mean? Like you can tell a lot from a culture by their legends.
Yeah.
And this stuff like coming out, 'cause I didn't know this stuff. It's
I mean,
the first time I've seen this stuff. Like it's just really, really good.
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
Also, Booja. I always thought it was Booyah Mix.
Yeah, that's I get that.
But
That's
it was
my
fucking-
Booyah mix.
Yeah. It's like, that's the fucking heat right there.
Yeah,
This shit, that mix rips.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's that Malibu.
Yeah.
But it's Booja this whole time. I just didn't know there was like celebration and everything. So getting into that cultural density, that's the shit that I was like.
Mm.
'Cause it brings that realness to it. It also brings a sense of duty for that main character, which, like, that's the shit that you need to sort of have. You need to have that broken loop so that you can repair it. That's the fucking arc, baby.
Yep.
That's the arc right there.
Yeah. For me, I really liked the monster in here and how basic the actual monster was, but in the best way possible. Because it gave us a chance, like you said, with the culture to learn more about that and then introduce it through there as well. Because in our first, I guess, dealings, it was very simple. And then as you learn more, it makes a lot more sense in the long run as well.
Yeah. Fucking hell. I just want to get into some spoilers.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're not keen to be spoiled, the movie does open next week in most territories. I know it's a limited release in the States. So, get
you better
ready.
go fucking watch it. You got fuck all else to watch. Go watch this movie.
Yeah, it's
What are
true.
you gonna go watch?
It's true.
Everything's been pushed back, friendos. Everything. Fucking go to the movies, friends.
What you gonna do? Play cards at home? Go to the fucking movies?
I think in the States, this gets swallowed up by Pause, The Expendables 4. Yeah. Unfortunately. Another R-rated. Well, this wasn't actually R-rated. This is PG-13, believe it or not.
Well, there's no swearing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And little violence.
Yeah, it was very little violence. But yeah, you've had approximately 45 seconds to get out the building before we detonate this bomb blowout.
You have 20 seconds to comply. You have 10 seconds to comply.
The way that I was running, like person to person, the savagery in that fucking room.
Oh.
Save yourself, motherfucker! I would have just hit those double doors and just kept going.
I'm running towards Ed 209. Like, I'm running towards him. Can't get me. What's he gonna do? Does that Robocop beat him? It was all up in his grill.
Or find the fucking stairs, people. Jesus.
You know what? Would have been the perfect boxing movie because we would have found out that Robocop's actually an infighter.
I had it. Chest to chest.
Take the shots. No one else could take. Beat the cop. I can't be stopped. All right. Let's get into it. What worked? For me, it was the focus on Indian culture. I know I said it in the spoiler free. It was the focus on Indian culture, getting in there and having Samita reject her Indian culture, which I think is a very real thing for immigrants, people migrating over into a different country, country that doesn't speak your language. You just want to fit in. It was good that Samita was a child or teenager. Because
high school, this works.
Yeah, and that is the place where you're looked at the most. Like everything is under a microscope, and if those motherfuckers can find one little thing to nitpick, they'll fucking turn it into a motherfucking mountain. You know what I mean? Like,
blood is in the water, then, man.
Yeah, they're looking for weakness. Those fuckers. So yeah, that was really, really good, and something that I kind of experienced as well. It's the reason why we don't have our full-on accents right now. We've assimilated well and truly.
Admittedly, you were 6. I was 8. or 9, or you were 7 and I was 9 when we came over. You know what I mean? So like we're obviously going to lose the accent. Nobody's going to be walking around talking like this for like the whole 30 years that we've been here. Like it doesn't make sense.
But what I'm saying is, seeing that O just get ripped apart for having the accent, I was just grateful I didn't have the accent.
Mm.
Because I'm not causing waves then. You're not going to single me out. I don't get
Jeez.
isolated.
What's his face? We lost our accents really quick because all of our mates were Aussie. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was weird for me, like being born here, and then like family used to come visit from South Africa, and then I'd hear the accent,
I know.
like really fresh, and it threw me off.
Fuck is wrong with it?
And it was like that plus slang, like hearing "yo" for the first time. I was like, I don't know what this means.
I could incorporate this. YOH.
Even though it's J.
It's J-O. Yeah. The movie itself was really eerie. I like that they focused on the tone rather than jump scares. It's very jump scare light, which was great. Like, it will have a couple of like sharp camera moves or whatnot, or the musical peak.
Yeah,
it's not The Nun 2.
more atmospheric.
It was cool. Even
them being in that house, man. Like just the abandoned house is like just the setting is scary enough, you know. And we've seen bad shit happen in abandoned houses before. Like, yeah.
But, sorry, I know I said this before, but it was the monster specifically. You don't understand where this monster is from because it could have been taken a completely different route at the beginning when you get the introduction. Because she just says that she has this thing in a jar, and then the jar cracks, and then everything starts happening from there. Samita starts getting like, hallucinations or visions of this thing, like in a phone screen and shit like that. But it's only when the mother gives you the breakdown that you understand that it's actually part of their culture for this to happen, which is fucking crazy. So they keep it so basic, but there's so much lore behind it that you can see, like, with the introduction of it, the effects on the characters as well.
Yeah, I did like that they went into real Hindu mythology.
Yeah.
This wasn't like some bullshit that they just cooked up.
Yeah. They didn't just make it up and just add Indian to it.
Yeah.
Just add rice, you know?
Like it's
Uncle Ben's.
It's a demon made out of garam masala or something.
Fucking hell. I'd eat that cut. So pause. And I would have no chance. Fucking slap some naan, some roti, and some fucking woof.
What you mean? I'm doing some fucking what's the face, man? I'm doing like the full ticker and everything.
100%.
Vindaloo.
You know the local Indian place actually does fucking chicken tikka naans now?
Mate.
I know.
Chicken tikka roll. Marketed as the Indian kebab.
Beautiful.
Fucking next level.
2 aloo chops on there, thank you, champion.
Yeah. Extra butter chicken sauce, thanks.
And that mint sauce?
Yeah, that's the shit that sets it off. It's that Voltron of all their foods that they have. That is the shit.
Indian food is nearly the best food on the planet. When you think about it. When you think about what you can make with maybe 5 spices, you know what I mean? Like very little fucking prep. Chuck it in there, spice it up, bloody fry off your chicken, add water, simmer for a bit. And you got food, man. You got food for days.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know what they don't really sort of tell you is how much nuts is used in Indian food.
Yeah.
Cashews and whatnot. Pistachio.
Where do you think the world got their nuts? Pause. It's from them.
Really?
East India Trading Company, my friends.
And the spices.
We would have nothing. We would have nothing right now. If they didn't build that port but between India and South Africa and like the US and whatnot, we'd have fuck all right now.
Yeah.
You could be paid in spices back in the day, man. Yeah, how rich the fucking Indians were. God damn it. And then they had gold on top of it. Gold.
Mm.
And you wonder why the British went over there. Those fucks.
Can you imagine, right? They never shared the spices. And McDonald's didn't know what the fuck was up. They never made a fast food chain, and then an Indian fast food chain opens up and spreads like fucking wildfire because it's the tastiest shit ever.
That should be the
Mate.
thing, though. Like, why do we not have that? There should be a massive Indian bloody what's-his-face fast food chain because that food you can't fucking make fast. If it's already prepped, you are good to go. It's nearly as good as having a taco.
Fucking oath. That is the shit right there.
Yeah. But it's spicy and nice and flavorful. It's not bland. That's the one thing that gets me with fast food is that it's bland. You don't season. It is bland.
I'm a slut for fast food.
Fucking
I don't give a shit.
sauce. Sauce. That's what they're relying on, sauce. No.
That shit hits me.
Yeah.
You know why I go fast food every time I drink? Because there's no Indian places to fuck open when it's like when I'm ready to eat.
Not here.
Yeah, not here.
In the fucking UK?
Mm.
In the UK, that shit stays open all night. You can go
That's the
get
shit that I
curry
like.
at 3 a.m.
Fucking oath.
Fucking curry would hit when you're pissed, like you're coming
I'm
off
hungry.
the piss.
I'm hungry. Just
Anyway.
be sober after that.
Yeah.
The food, they actually showcase the food in here a little bit as
Yeah.
well, which
You know, I
I
guess.
was like, that tied into that celebration of Puja.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Just made it a lot more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For me, it's just the simple fact that they only had 2 white people in the whole movie. When you think about it, that actually talk. The rest of it was all Indian, man. So it was all kept within that community. It was great.
Yeah.
I like the mystery of the what's-his-face, the parents. I think there's something going on there with that fucking father. Maybe he's a secret fucking, Bouja hunter. Like, we don't know. Because that got real, like, funny when he started talking about the Chowdhuries.
Mm-hmm. Like he knew something was up.
Something. He fucking knew.
Yeah.
Sick bastard.
And the mother.
Yeah.
The mother had a history with it as well. It's like they had also escaped.
Mm.
Like there's more to the law there.
Yeah.
You know. And they spoke in Hindi to each other.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like as if you're gonna talk English at fucking home. Even though English is the number 2 language over there.
Yeah. But Samita only spoke English because she was rejecting it.
Yeah. Yeah. But her mom would only speak Hindi to her, which is great. I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's what you want to see.
Mm.
It's just real. That's what it is. It's real. It's India at home and then America everywhere else.
Yeah. It was big pun in the studio.
Yeah. I always think about what's-his-face, The Sopranos, when she's like, Dad, it's 1997. And he's like, oh, I know it's 1997. Out there. But in here, it's 1750.
But that was the difference, though. If you came to our house or any of our family's houses and they were cooking, you smelt it. You knew that it was different. The fucking cunts that lived underneath us had such disdain for us using onions in our food. Mate, that's a base flavor.
Every food. Onion and garlic is the basis of every single dish we make. Every single one. If you look at it, even the meat that I season on the barbecue has garlic on there. Like, I get like, what else are we supposed to use? We want to fucking taste something.
Badly.
Yeah. I was actually telling Dave the other week, my mate from primary school actually moved into that bottom floor.
Yeah.
Wow. Lynn and Jeff finally get the fucking... Fuck them. Oh my gosh. My eyes got a headache because of your subwoofer. Mate, it's fucking like 12 p.m.
It's
Doesn't even
daytime.
hit curfew.
It's like 10 more hours, bitch.
And they were fucking stitches. I don't
Yeah.
want to get into too much of Lynn and Jeff. They fucking like just suck the air out the roof.
Yeah.
So used to be a hippie. Fuck you and your bell bottoms. Still wearing them in 1990. All right, let's get into what didn't work. So for me, all like the build up of the monster, right? Like I loved that. It was like atmospheric. It was like it added a tone. You didn't really see it. They sort of they trotted it out like the shark. You only seen like silhouette or the eyes or whatnot. When you actually seen it, it kind of had like a sort of like they flipped the Venom costume inside out. And it was just all the shitty like cast sort of pattern on it.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. She was fighting a physical monster by the end of this movie.
That's right.
And it was like hide and seek through that little sort of through the basement at the Chowdhuries. I just didn't like that aspect of it because it cheapened the whole run straight through it, and then you get hit with this. Okay, it's a physical monster. And it's like, I mean, all right, it's cool and everything, but I didn't really need it.
Yeah. When I saw it, it looked like a locust from Gears of War.
It did look like a locust, actually. Shit, I didn't make that.
Just not chapped.
Yeah. Well, I have like the crocodile skin and shit. Fuck. Gears of War, make that movie, mate.
On Netflix, man.
Mm.
See how this writer strike goes. You know I'm playing Dom.
Mate. Fucking start lifting, doing that power lifting and shit like
What do I need to do that for? They
All
pay
of
me
them.
to do it. They pay me to do it. I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm
Fuck it
putting
up.
on the fucking costume like every other motherfucker. All right.
But every one of those fucking O's in the game was built like Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Just like diesel babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terry Crews can still be Augustus Cole. 100%.
No. I told you who's going to be Cole. It's his uncle from Snowfall. Like, we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can't get him, then I'm gonna need Travante.
Oh, yeah.
They found out Cole used to be a linebacker, and now they're making a whole feast for him. We're going to get dysentery from this shit.
We're going to get dysentery. Shit.
Fucking hell.
I didn't say I was part of the fucking... What are they? The Fireflies or something? I didn't say I was... No, the unsomething. I didn't say I was...
Unsullied.
I didn't say I was part of them. Fucker. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, what didn't work for me, I do not like the physical monster. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. I love the fact that it was eerie and whatnot, and it was like a ghost or like a spirit or something like that. Once you make it physical, you can kill it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's Freddy in the real world type
That's
shit.
right. That's right. Hey, just wake up. Holding him. Pause. Like,
Like so gently.
yeah. Like, that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Once it's real, you can kill it. And if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah. I felt it more threatening because it could sort of evade you.
Yeah.
And then just show up wherever. It didn't like, time to scare these motherfuckers and like, better make my way over there.
It wakes up and puts its suit on inside out and right I'm here. What's its face? Yeah, that was one of the things I didn't like. It was also, I don't know. They really wanted, like, the whole, like, you know, thing with her and trying to be popular. Like, she wanted popularity over everything else, huh?
Yeah.
She just throw all that away like that. They started out together. You know what I mean?
That's that
like,
shit.
Would she throw that away so easily? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
It was on that chocolate cream cake type shit.
Yeah, she
You
wanted
know,
pie.
what, what's wild is that
Fresh
Megan.
teens.
Oh shit. So Megan Suri is in this show that B watches called Never Have I Ever.
Mm.
And it's very similar where she's a Hindu girl growing up in America and she's trying to get sent to Harvard or something like that.
Mm.
Sort of coming of age type show. And she's not fucking bad in there, but she is so bubbly in that show. And to see her in here was such a stark difference with how serious she is here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that though. At least it like lends to her ability. She can actually act.
Very
The
surprised.
one-note fucking protagonists. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
What about them two bitches in the locker room,
Oh,
dog?
yes. And her. I didn't like that because she didn't get killed. That bitch at the start was so fucking annoying. Like, obviously they're not friends, right? Because like if that was your friend, you would be ragging on the sofa being Indian because that's your mate.
100%.
Like that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, what do you have? Fucking curry today? Fucking curry today, bro? Huh? Does look good. Though. It looks good.
Can I have a black one?
Yeah.
It's legit the jealousy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That fucking lunchbox open and you smelt all those fucking herbs and spices and shit
Did
like
you
that?
see what this dumb bitch turned down? She turned down the puffin. That puffin lunchbox. That puffin lunchbox has fucking rice at the bottom, right? In that first layer. And then the second layer has curry. And then the third layer has fucking salad. And more than likely, like something acidic to cut through the fucking curry. Are you fucking serious? She goes there to eat whatever she was eating there. All I saw was a fucking drink there. Stay skinny, bitch.
Dog shit fucking cafeteria mac and cheese bowls and shit.
Ugh.
I'm telling them, hey, heat this up, huh? Just put it in.
Fucking oath. Keep your sloppy joes, babe.
Yeah. No. We don't eat that.
Go on then.
Flavor is what it's called.
Fucking badly. That's what it is called. Not getting off.
Oath.
And that puffin lunch that you can get in the UK, I don't know why I'm referencing the UK, but it's for a $5, man. Fucking £5.
I'd make that
like
deal.
$8 or something over here. $9 for a full fucking lunch, mate.
Fucking oath. All right. So I did have a what didn't work for me, but it was just a misunderstanding after thinking about it when you guys were talking about the parents. So what I was going to mention was that there was a big influence, like a big introduction of culture as well as tradition. But whenever I saw the parents, it felt like they weren't very traditional, but it was more so, like you said, it felt like they were hiding something. And I feel like we didn't get enough of them on screen too.
Yeah.
They knew something. They fucking knew. There is no way that a whole family, like a whole Indian family, disappears because they like to skinner as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%.
You know what was also missing? The beatings.
Yes. That's true.
Like any self-respecting Indian from the homeland likes to throw a beating.
Yeah, they like that.
I know, like 1-0 from school came in with the extension cord bark over his eye.
Yeah,
was swinging wild.
Fucking must have been bad.
Like that's another level of fucking up when you when you get the extension cord.
When you think about it, he must have been late to get up for school.
Yeah.
Because you have to be laying down to cop that kind of beating. Because if you were standing up, it would have been the top of your head that got it.
Fucking hell. But I think the top of the head got the actual PowerPoint connection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Either that it was just whipping. he was bad.
Oh, shit.
Doing that Zorro shit.
Badly. It's always the X. They're always attacking the X. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's less drag or something like that. Or like the belt, it's like sings better that way, but it's always the X.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because when that switch hits you,
Mm.
or the belt hits you,
Mm.
and it was always pop from the left to the right.
Yeah.
That was the first hit, and then it was a straight down hit. So they knew that they like collapsed you, they slumped you with that first hit. And then it was like hit the legs time, like leave the fucking welts on there and shit.
100%. They were going for the helm splitter with that last one. That was the finishing blow.
Fucking helm splitter.
That's what it was.
Oh shit. You were always coiled after that.
Yeah.
And do you guys remember them slippers that Mum had, where it was like leather, but it was plastic on the outside, so it had the pain and the sound at the same time?
Yeah. For me, I always felt like the sound hurt the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it just rang out in the fucking room.
Yeah.
It's like the reverb fucking like,
And we
like
were
that
poor.
shack.
Yeah, we were poor, so we didn't have shit in our rooms. So it would echo like a motherfucker in there, man.
Yeah.
1000%.
Oh man. And how the father get clawed in the back paws, lifted up. Like Victor Creed just clawed that motherfucking X-Men the first and lifted him without it. Just he got down straight away. That father came back at the end there.
You say came back, I just see him coming out like Justin Hammer.
just big what's his face? Kane. Getting up.
Big Undertakers.
Fuck. Oh shit. Fuck. I was gonna say something else. You guys like you want a sequel? Do you guys think that they should have set it up for a sequel?
No.
I feel like
my question.
I feel like they did, and I don't know if I want one, to be honest.
I don't think they should have had that ending. I don't like that ending.
I didn't like to set it up for a sequel. I did like that they were kind of going for, well, I'm actually gonna to be like the caretaker for this demon. Like that's like a really fucked up thing to do. Is one day it will emerge and you will be the fucking sacrifice.
Yeah.
You're the first meal. You know what I mean?
You're done for.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean for kids and whatnot? Maybe it's something they explore in a sequel.
Well,
you know what I mean?
can see
like, can you have a normal life?
I can see her getting older and what's his face having kids and having that thing passed on to the child. Yeah, I get the story writes itself, my friend. You know, like dream
which
child.
is a fucking
dream child.
Yeah. Which is a fucking wild thing to do because then you've got to extract the demon. And that's another ritual that you need to kind of go through. What is that? And then how do you sort of keep it?
Yeah.
And then does it start that cycle again? Or can you get rid of it forever?
Well, can you imagine this thing attacking kids instead of...
Yeah.
Like it's much easier to scare, but the whole changing of the mindsets as well. And you would think that the child's just got like, what's his face? Bipolar or something like that, and you're trying to diagnose
ADHD. Yeah. That's almost Exorcist territory as well.
Right. That is correct. But
that's a powerful story.
20 minutes in that movie.
Yeah. But then you build from that. Nice. Yeah. Fucking weave some mad fucking scares in there.
Yeah. Do you reckon, like, because she's now the vessel, she still gets the nightmares? Like, she just has to live with that now?
She obviously knows. By the end of the movie, she knows that, like, it's still there. So she must have some sort of residual feeling from this fucking demon.
You see, for me, how I interpreted the ending was that with them doing that tradition of feeding her raw meat and then Tamira asking her if it's ever going to come back and her crying like that, I don't think the tradition's working. And it's just eventually just going to come back out.
It's also, what's his face for? Like, it's story about what's his face, yeah, isolation and depression, right? So she's really happy there and putting on a strong face and whatnot with her parents and the teacher and whatnot. Who the fuck invites a teacher to dinner?
I
Yeah.
know.
That's the biggest, like, I don't know, and calls them on their first name.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, and then her realizing, no, it's still there.
Yeah.
Just, I can be as happy as I want and do what I want or what I need to do. This shit ain't going away. It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny though that when you want that belonging, right? And you change yourself so drastically that like your culture grounds you, but then like there's this aspect that when you internalize it, it almost destroys you from the inside out.
Yeah. You need to
Yeah.
embrace it.
There almost needs to be balance, and she's changed forever because of her encounter with the demon. She's not eating the same food. She can't do the same things.
Damn it. I was sorry. Just for the introduction, I was thinking of another movie that sounds similar to this. I could have just said the premise for Ghost Rider and then said it lives inside at the end.
Johnny Blaze faces his fucking worst opponent ever, the Vishash.
Because thinking about it, like with her getting used to it and knowing it's there and just repurposing, it's Spirit of Vengeance. It's the second one.
Fuck, it is too. The better movie. All right.
True.
All right. What is the moment that you either liked or you hated the movie?
For me, it was so Samita's having the nightmares, and then she has that one where she thinks she's awake and she sees her mother at the table, and then that thing just fucking comes for her after that. That fucking I had Big Nilly like kick the coffee table. I hate the crawling away from something when something's chasing you. Because I was like just real nails in the couch.
Just rip the fucking armrest off.
But I thought that was done so well because they could have done so many things where it's like, oh, they disappeared now, and then it just appears, but it kept chasing her, and you still felt that fucking fear going through it. And that's when I knew I really fucking liked this movie.
Fucking oh. Yeah, that was intense, man. They had mad moments in here like that. For me, it was they're investigating the Chowdhury's house, right? And Samita goes into the house again, and Russ is like, yeah, I'll wait here. The house is almost like a haunted house set up. And you almost expect that there's some shit that's going to happen to her. But because Russ is sort of like a lifeline for Samita, that monster just fucking ragdolls this cunt all over and just like chokes him up in those swings. But what I liked was that it took him off the board completely. There was going to be no Russ saving the day at the end.
Yeah.
This cunt was done for. He's out the picture. And it's just on Samita and her family to kind of put things right.
For me, it was, what's his face, man? She didn't sort of go out and look for someone else. She realized that she had to do this herself. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't get her crew together and whatnot and then go, I'm going to take my parents and whatnot. Nah, she went out and she did the shit herself. She investigated it herself. Everything. I like that.
Yeah.
This way's, that was good. Everything was by herself. She could do it.
Can I also just shout out that this monster was very eco-conservative as well? He didn't just go out there and fucking kill people willy-nilly. He had Tamira on lock in that basement, just feeding on her every now and then. You know what? This is a big meal. I can get like 40 bites out of this. So I'm going to keep it as leftovers for the next day.
7 days worth of food right there. I'll never throw this out. Fucking oath. Yeah. Chat. All right. I don't have any tea on this movie. There's very little info. But it's the one to watch, man. Just trying to find the name here. Fuck Dead. There's a lot of information. What's the director's name?
Bishal Dutta.
That's it.
God to you.
But yeah, this year we've gotten a lot of good horror. Talk to Me, fucking Evil Dead Rise. We did get some mid horror with Insidious and The Nun 2, but I feel like It Lives Inside is sort of, it's in between those movies and more closer to Talk to Me and fucking what's his face, Evil Dead Rise. And Bishal Dutta does a fucking brilliant job as a breakout feature-length director with this story. I wish I knew the budget because
$5 million.
like $5 million. There you go for a
On
feature, and it hits.
Yeah.
Go check it out. It's worth checking out. I want to see a sequel. I wouldn't mind another movie set within this universe.
With the chow.
Yeah, them getting out. That's a fucking wild story too. Because they can see them breaking down, all of them.
Yeah.
It's not just one of the family, it's the whole family.
Yeah.
Fuck, that'd be fire. Yeah. It Lives Inside drops everywhere, starting in Australia, September 21st. In the US, limited release, September 22nd. And in the UK, in a wide release, which I'm happy about, September 22nd. Go check that shit out.
The Indian population in the UK, as if you wouldn't release it wide release. Come on now.
Give me that. Yeah, that is a wrap on all our thoughts on It Lives Inside, opening wide next week. Check us out on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, YouTube. Give us a like and a subscribe. It just gets us into more spaces so we can get that content and bring it back to you. Check out all of our variety of different videos and whatnot that we have in our catalog. And yeah, listen to us on Spreaker. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.
The mother in Babadook was a deadbeat.